Welcome to Stories My Mother Told Me. The title of today's story is The Prodigal Son's Odyssey. Many years ago, in a small village, there lived a wealthy farmer named Jackson with his two sons, Isaac and Ethan. Jackson had worked tirelessly to build a prosperous farm, and as the years passed, his sons restless. While Isaac was content with the peaceful life of the village and was always in the company of his father, learning the family's business, Ethan yearned for adventure and excitement beyond the fields. He made friends with the other rich kids who had no desire to work hard. Every day, he would poke his father, requesting that he'd be given his own share of inheritance. Their parents tried all within their power to raise their boys as serious-minded and hard-working as possible. However, Ethan would always say, "I'm gonna be super rich. I do not need to be hard-working. I will have so many male and female servants like my father." And every time he says this, it breaks his parents' heart. One day, unable to resist the call of the unknown any longer, Ethan approached his father with a request. "Father," he said, "I've grown weary of this simple life. I want to explore the world, seek my fortune, and experience life beyond these fields. Please, give me my share of the inheritance, and I will set out on my own." Jackson, saddened by Ethan's decision, but understanding his son's desires, divided his wealth between Isaac and Ethan. With his share of the inheritance in hand, Ethan set off on a journey to distant land. He squandered his wealth on extravagant pleasures, reveling in the thrill of the unknown. He also sent Isaac away with his own share of his inheritance. Isaac soon found work in a very large field, and he began working there. As you would expect, he was very diligent, and everyone praised him for his hard work. Before long, he finished his time there, and with the money he earned, he bought a large piece of land and started his own farming. He would work day and night, not minding how boys his age were living the so-called good life. Within a few years, he became very successful. His farm became so huge that it was necessary to hire workers to do his job for him. After 5 years of living home, he decided to settle and start his own family. He soon fell in love with one of his workers' daughters, took her home to his father, got his blessings, and soon they were married. As time passed, Ethan squandered all his money. He made no investments, thinking his money is coming from a bottomless pit, and in a jiffy, he became destitute. He could no longer afford his luxurious lifestyle. He resorted to begging his friends who still had money. At first, they indulged him, but after some time, he became a burden to them, and no one would assist him anymore. Desperate, he decided to go find work. He searched and searched, but he loses his job every time after working for a few days due to his lazy nature. Unable to find work and longing for the abundant life he once had, he decided to travel to another part of the world where it was rumored that a certain farmer was hiring people and he pays them well. This farmer is his brother Isaac. On his way, he met a beautiful girl named Mirabelle. Mirabelle's story is similar to Ethan's. She was a sport kid whose parents gave in to all her whimpering until she eventually became so difficult to tame. Not appreciating any effort from her parents, she decided to move out and explore what the world has to offer. These two met, fell in love, and soon they were married. Mirabel was shocked to know that Ethan is as broke as she is. She cursed at him and will cry every day as there is no one to fund her lifestyle. Coming in terms with reality, they both continued in the journey to work in the farm. Sooner or later, they got there. All this while, Isaac and his wife diligently worked on the farm, scaling through the difficult times they encountered. He missed his brother and often wondered about Ethan's well-being. News reached him that the couple were seeking to find work. Of course, he agreed that they be employed. From the first day they started working, they would work for an hour and go take a nap out of tiredness. The other workers will murmur and make fun of them. News reached the farm manager about their work habits, and he decided it was best to let them go. But after speaking to Isaac, his boss, he asked that they watch them till the end of the month, and if nothing changes, they should be sent away. One day, Ethan could no longer bear the results of the hard work he was made to do, and he decided it was time to run away. But before they leave, they both agreed to steal some food to sustain themselves till they get another job. During the process of stealing, they got caught and brought before the farm owner. The brothers were surprised to see each other, and Ethan buried his head in shame. Isaac asked that they be given lighter tasks and should not be made to do any kind of hard work. Ethan was grateful to his brother, and him and Mirabel became happy again. One night, as Mirabel was reflecting at a certain turn of events, she asked her husband, "Why do we still need to work in the farm even though your brother owns it? He is your blood. We are supposed to be treated with respect. You should be promoted to the position of the farm manager instead of slaving yourself away." Amused at his wife's reasoning, he said, "We should be grateful for what he's done for us. We have a comfortable home, good food, and work. What else could we possibly ask for a woman?" He shunned the remaining part of the conversation, and they went to sleep. However, even though Ethan resisted his wife's ideas, he couldn't stop thinking about what she said. He wondered, but really, why can't I be equal to my brother in this place? Everything he has today sprang from our father's hard work. So who does he think he is to make me work for him? And gradually, seeds of envy began growing in his heart. Ethan and his wife started scheming ways to covet his brother's wealth. First, he confronted Isaac and asked for an equal share of his wealth. He claims that both wives can no longer stay together as he perceives trouble brewing. Isaac, in amazement, concluded that his brother was playing pranks on him, and he dismissed the conversation. His wife, however, began perceiving trouble. Seeing how his brother took his demands, Ethan began devising a means to claim them by force. He took some days off work and visited his notorious friend. He told them of his intentions to steal his brother's property and make him grovel before him. Of course, his friends agreed to help him, but as soon as he left the house, Isaac asked his men to throw Mirabel out of the premises. He gave her some money and asked that they never return to his property. He also gave instructions to his men never to let his brother into the premises. He tightened security and informed the right authorities should his brother ever trespass. When Ethan returned, he was shocked to see his wife outside, and he realized that Isaac had beat him to his own game. They shamelessly took the money and left. Of course, they would take it. They once again squandered all they've earned and became pauperized once again. After months of hunger and suffering, they both reflected on their sins and decided to plead for forgiveness. They started with Ethan's parents. They narrated all that transpired and how badly they treated Isaac and his wife. After listening to them, his father told him that all of Isaac's success today was as a result of his own hard work. Isaac is yet to claim his own share of his properties. Therefore, everything he, the father, now owns belongs to Isaac. His father forgave him and invited Isaac and his wife over. Isaac was initially hesitant and hurt, but seeing how sincere his brother was, he gradually let go of his resentment. They forgave him from their heart, and he promised to teach them how to be industrious. Next, they visited Mirabel's parents to ask for forgiveness. But when they got there, neighbors told them that her mother had passed away after she moved out, as her heart could not carry the results of Mirabel's rebelliousness, and her father had moved away to a faraway land. She broke down in tears and decided to change her bad course. But of course, it was too late to cry when the head is up. But at the same time, it is never too late to start over. Now, back to the fold. The family gathered for a feast, celebrating the return of the prodigal son. The tale of the prodigal son served as a reminder of the power of sincere repentance, forgiveness, and the enduring bonds of family. This is a story my mother told me. Now, let's take a look at some words we've learned in this story. The first word is Odyssey, which is the title of the story. This word means a long wandering or voyage, usually marked by many changes of fortune. The next word is squandered. It means to spend extravagantly or foolishly. And the next word is extravagant. This word means lacking in moderation and balance, or extremely or excessively elaborate. And then we've got jiffy. This word means a very short period of time, moment, instantly. And the next word is brewing or brew, to brew something. It means to be in the process of forming or to prepare. And the final word is pauperize. This word means to reduce to poverty. I hope you've learned something new today. So these are some of the words we picked from today's story. There are a lot more. If you enjoyed watching this video, please like, subscribe, and share with your friends, as these help us grow. Thank you, and see you in our next story. Bye!